What's up, my dudes? Let's talk about this new track editor in Supercross 3, the official video game. So, kind of heard it through the grapevine. Not exactly sure where I saw this. I don't know if it was Donut's video or who exactly it was. I think it was Donut, but somebody was saying that they talked to one of the developers of Supercross 3, and the developer was saying that they're not going to be spending as much attention and time on the track editor for Supercross 3. God, damn it. That really sucks. I was hoping that the track editor was going to have quite a bit more to it. And then they went on to say the developer was saying that they were going to have some simple things like maybe, straightaway sand sections, like the shit that should have been in Monster Energy Supercross 2, the official video game, right? They come in here and give you, let me find them. Come in here and give you sand whoops, right? Sand corners, but then no goddamn sand straightaways. What the hell? I don't even see how that is even possible that you didn't at least put one little sand straightaway in here. What the fuck? But either way, that's besides the point. So, yay, guys, we're going to be getting the sand straights in this next, Supercross 3 game. Fucking awesome. Oh, dude, I just can't even explain, it just sucks. It really does. I was hoping they were going to go all out in this category when it comes to the track editor, and who knows? I don't know. That was just that one developer talking to Donut or whoever the hell it was. And apparently, they might be thinking on doing, more track editor pieces as DLC later. I don't fucking know. I guess I kind of heard that a little bit, but... Dude, where is the red clay sections? You should have this sort of sand. You see how it goes from this normal colored dirt, quote unquote normal dirt in the track editor to sand, right? It's like two completely different things. You should have this sand object with every single other piece in the track editor. It can't be that hard to do. You already have all the other pieces in there. All you got to do is change it to sand, but that's what it at least should have in it, is all these other track pieces, sand, and then you should have another one on top of it to, actually add to the next game, make it like an actual big improvement, somewhat of a bigger improvement to the next track editor. You should also, like I say, have sand of every single one of these objects, but then have a different kind of, slightly different kind of dirt, like a red clay version of every single one of these objects. So you've got a standard dirt version of all of them, you've got a sand version of all of them, and then you've got a red clay or something like that version of all of them, or like a super hard pack blue groove style thing on all of them, right? I mean, that's like bare minimum what I would expect in the Supercross 3's track editor. Literally, bare minimum. But who knows what we'll get. I don't know what I've been told, but never slow down, never grow old, you know what I'm saying, boys? But it's just, I don't know. So, yeah, I'm making my predictions. That's the maximum we're going to get in this next track editor is, how the difference in the track editor is from this first Supercross game to the second Supercross game. Basically, a 10% improvement, maybe. There's basically barely any of a change with it. So, that's looking like what we're going to be getting in Supercross 3. That's just kind of what I've heard. Kind of what you expect. Milestone's history kind of goes along with that as well. Doesn't surprise me that they're saying that, because that's basically what I was expecting to begin with, but... Oh, boys, it's disappointing. Definitely let me know down in the comments what you guys want to see. I mean, I was at least expecting the motocross, the true motocross track pieces from the MXGP 2019 game. I was thinking oh yeah, well surely they would, at least have that, right? All those pieces in there and be able to build your Supercross track in an outdoor area instead of... a full outdoor area with no stadium, instead of forcing you to build it in that little stadium, or not necessarily little, but in the Supercross stadium, right? I would think that they would allow you to build it in cool outdoor environments, like a snow biome or a fucking some shit tropical biome like they have in MXGP 2019. You would basically just expect that, would you not? I mean, is this just me? What? These things you just expect. So yeah, that's some of my, I just think there's like 5 or 6 really easy things they could put in there that would not be that crazy of an editor thing to have, even in a console editor. Like, and you can compare this directly to like a Halo Forge editor, which is obviously in a console, okay? This is where it's like, I don't see why they don't allow you to move the objects wherever you want to. Bings, tough blocks. If you have an outdoor area, you could have like logs, trees, rocks, whatever. You know, in the Forge editor of Halo, you can literally move anything anywhere you want to, basically. Put in anything anywhere you want to. I mean, you know, these are things you just basically expect to be in it. Especially now that we're to Supercross 3, right? And not only that, but simple things like, oh shit, boofed myself. Little simple things like being able to change the lighting, the time of day on your track, right? Little slider, little time of day slider, little lighting slider, maybe a fog slider, the amount of fog you have, the color of the fog, fucking water ponds, like these are all standard. This is not even like me asking for a lot here. This is standard things you just expect in a motocross track editor, period. Even on a console, you would expect these things. At this point in this current day and age, 2019, Supercross 3's track editor, this is their 3rd chance at a track editor in their Supercross game. This is just expected. Just expected. Right? Like, the pre-made inside ruts, Jesus Christ, don't even get me going on all that shit. The inside pre-made ruts, you know, being able to develop that, being able to like put a little kicker on a jump face, inside ruts going up a jump face, ruts kickered out, whoops. Like, it'd be cool if every single piece in the game had like 3 different types of variations to them. So, like, you have, like, your standard piece of whatever. Like, let's just say it's, like, a standard corner piece. And then you've got, like, you can, like, go through a little side menu that picks between, like, a roughed-up version of it, a little bit rutty version of it. Then you can go to, like, a muffed-up version of it where it's, like, super ruts going through it. You know, and it can be that way with every section in the game. Every jump, you can go from, like, super smooth or a little bit of pre-made ruts going up the jump face or just kicker the fuck out like you're on a mutter track or something. You know, on every single jump in actual, you know, piece in the game. That would be badass, Milestone. Like, that's the kind of shit you need to do to really start advancing your track editor. And we've all come to learn how important it is to have a track editor in a motocross game, a modern-day motocross game. We've all come to understand that because of the longevity and the replayability it adds to the game. If that first Supercross game didn't have a track editor, oh my God, that game would have been 5 times as boring without the track editor. And it's kind of the same deal with the second Supercross game. If it didn't have a track editor, it just wouldn't even be a third of the game. It's just like, it adds so much more. Wow, this section turned out shitty. You just come to like a complete stop. And then that's not even talking about like, you know, elevation or, you know, getting anything too crazy like that or whatever, like, or being able to really put your own skybox in there or making your own individual traction, you know, that we're not even getting into the real editing things. These are all still just in the simplistic console editor realm things that I'm talking about here. I'm not even talking about the fucking height map jump design every single little jump the way you want it in every corner and every rut, not having, you know, pre-made pieces, you know, we're not even going into any of that. And the Milestone track editors still don't have enough in them. Still don't have enough. Especially the difference between the first Supercross game to Supercross 2. That was nowhere near enough of a improvement and change. You see what I'm saying? All they really put in was sand sections, a couple little sand pieces, being able to customize your start straight. And that's about it in the little pool section or whatnot. And then I guess the one little section that can go up in the stands. But fucking hell, I was just thinking like 10 times that much. You know what I mean? Like literally, I was thinking the track editor would add 10 times that much going from the first Supercross game to the second Supercross game. So either way, we'll have to just wait and see how this puppy turns out. But I'm hopeful for it, but like I say, I've heard that they're not really putting their main focus on this. So, and you can even go look at the website. They don't even tell you anything that's new about the track editor on the features list. They literally just say, oh, it's got a track editor. All right, dog. That's cool. Yeah, not going to tell us anything new with the new track editor in the third game with the track editor? Okay. It's probably not going to be that much of an improvement. Just another thing kind of proving that here. But either way, that's my little take on it, my little opinion on it. I just think that if you're going to have a track editor, it needs to at least have certain things to really be able to separate your track from other people. And just simply having a time of day slider or like even like a traction on the dirt slider. I mean, it's just, fog slider, all these little things really is what separates your track. But when you only have 3 or 4 stadiums in there and you can only build it within that stadium itself, it's just like it becomes so repetitive. And the fact that you have a pre-piece, editor system, it makes it to where then it's even more so like everybody's shit looks the same over and over and over. So I don't know, they got to work on that, being able to make your track more individual to yourself, and then I think that'll be really cool. But either way, appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.